Okay, 4 points of control, call it speed. Okay, we were looking at squatting, going into a low squat position, getting rid of the foot on the hip. And we were looking at kind of shuffling this foot with our chest, going initially to this control, okay, to control the foot, and then going to here, start to pass, okay? From here I'm squatting really heavy, especially on this side, and we're lifting up and going straight to an X pass when they're flat on their back, okay? When our opponent was able to face us as we went and frame, we were going for the bottom control in this diagonal pin here. Okay, we're at the bottom hip, top shoulder, okay? Head into the hip, putting a lot of weight initially to try to stop them turning, and then turning the hand, stretching them out, maybe an ankle grip, getting access to the hip, and then finishing the pass here, okay? After that, we looked at, from this squat position, we looked at when their foot is raised above 90 degrees, okay, switching to the split stack, okay, so going here, here, and then driving my knee through to the mat. Okay, I like to pull this up, get my knee close to the end of the knee. When they're framing in this position, we're looking to grab top shoulder, start to get my head inside. We're going elbow down, bringing the knee flat and finishing. When they're keeping their knee low and I can't get in anymore, we're going cross grip, retracting the arm, and then coming to the stack, okay? Knee up down the mat beside the head, shelving the hip, and then to finish we're going far hip, shoulder on the near side. Okay, bring the leg flat, and then finishing the pass. Okay, we also did, skipped the duck under, so when I was going for the top shoulder pin, they defend, bring one arm back, go into this duck under position, and then either coming around the corner, or we're backing up to the north side. Okay, so you have that duck under option when they defend the initial diagonal pin, okay? And then we did the split stack there, going through the middle on the outside. We also did, then the last thing we did was when the foot comes up front. Okay, so when the foot comes up front, we're kind of going side on, flaring our elbow to get that off. And then we're looking for a split stack on pretty much whichever side is going to be easier. So it might be this side, okay, it might be this side, whichever you feel you can get. Going back into the same passes, okay? If it's really stuck, you couldn't get it, we're just forcing the split stack on this side and then removing the foot later. Okay, and then going in, trying to get close, okay? After that, we pretty much went into the submissions. So that was kind of all the passing we were doing. And we went into the submissions. If you just stayed, obviously, turning this to the side, staying the near shoulder, we're coming up, going back to the head control, and then throwing the leg over for the triangle or the arm bar. And then the darts we just did. Okay, so that was pretty much everything we covered, but it was all a similar theme, okay? And main concepts is like really just like squatting down and taking away person's space, you know? And I can even approach the guard like this. Obviously, he was just an example, but I can even approach the guard. I could squat and approach like this and start to force split stack, okay, if I wanted. But again, just trying to lower your base and squat and take away all their attacks, okay? Take away all the most common attacks. I was talking with Martin and Simon, and pretty much from here, once you're in a low squat, you have to really open up to get you off balance and get you moving, you know? You gotta go like cross collar, start to like get up and collar drag. Yeah. And then once you start now, you can start to stretch. He used to make like a big move and open up a lot of space, give me a lot of chances for attacks, you know? If he starts to do this, I get up and go, I can start to move to the side and start to set up passes, you know? So he's kind of forcing the guy to open up a bit more and give him attack and not be such a defensive guard, you know? So I really like to approach the guard like this and try to stay in these low kind of squat positions. Good mobility, low, less space, shuts down a lot of their attacks, and I can still work into passes like we're doing today. And then the other thing is like, the common theme was like top shoulder pin. And like anytime your opponent's a tilted hip, pretty much is like the rule. If their opponent is on a tilted hip, I'm always going to go for the shoulder pin, okay, and try to pin them like this, okay. I don't go for a cross face ever if they're on a tilted hip, okay. So never try to hug and get a cross face if they're on their side, because their face is going to be turned to face. But I'm not even going to get a good cross face I can turn the head the other way anyway. Really easy for them to get his near arm inside too and start to frame and defend that even, okay? And even if I do get it, it's going to be like hard for me to drive him flat on his back, okay? So I never go for the head when they're on their side, okay? I only go for cross face when they're flat on their back, okay? Now if I go for cross face when he's flat on his back, usually their head's up, I can force his head to look to the side. Okay, and I was like, oh man, look, now my cross face is strong. Only because he was flat on his back when I went for the cross face. Understand? So it's just a good rule to remember anything is if they're flat on their back, like if he's flat on his back here, okay, like cross face is gonna be strong. Okay. If he's on his side, like cross face is gonna be hard, and even if he turns his head towards me, okay, it's gonna be easy for him to get inside and it's not gonna be as strong. So anytime they're on their side, I'm looking to go here, over the head, shoulder. Yeah, alright, so yeah, we'll leave it there. I don't know if you want to do any rolling or